Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. This is the 26-week pregnancy update, and yes, I am outside.
Well, the moment you felt you could start over new was the same that you realized the stories were true. You opened your eyes and the world you could see wasn't dim, it was brighter, you'd have to agree. Your fears are gone, they were buried with the dawn. And oh, now you feel alive for the very first time. Oh, now your fears are gone, they were buried with the dawn. And oh, now you feel alive for the first time. You're not home yet, not home yet. No, you're not home yet, no, not home, but you finally found the way.
I would also like to preface with the fact that it is not super warm outside. I want to say it's like 60-some degrees. It is, oh lord, it says it's 45. It's 51. It's supposed to get up to 75 today though. So Gabriel and I are in fact in a t-shirt and shorts. It was pretty chilly. It's like 9 a.m. and we are just chilling. I've got an appointment at 10 with the chiropractor, so I was doing laundry and getting things cleaned up in Gabriel's room, and things tidied up in the kitchen, and things tidied up in my room, and just trying to generally clean things, because last night we were just like too tired, let the house stay a mess, and just went to bed. So this morning I was just kind of cleaning those things and then going and like, I didn't do Gabriel's laundry this weekend because we were really busy. And so instead I did it today. We have this appointment at 10 a.m. and it's very much needed. And let me explain why. So yesterday we went to Valley Fair. The day before that I had a wedding. And the day before that I had play practice and a wedding. Well, callbacks. Anyway, so I had a really busy weekend. And even though I didn't, like, work on Friday, I was doing other work-related stuff, just not my, like, restaurant job. I was doing other work things for my other job and for this play that I'm directing, and it's done. Anyway, but I was busy all weekend. And yesterday we were at Valley Fair, and everyone was getting tired and whatever, and ready to leave, and so we were on our way out, and I just needed to sit down because there wasn't a lot of sitting down for me all day, and I couldn't ride anything. My tickets were free. I couldn't ride anything, so I was just like, well, just gonna hang out, hang out with Gabriel. When they were going on rides, he couldn't go on. We did take him on a few kiddie rides, and I downloaded those videos for Friday's video, so you'll see them, and they're very cute. His first time on some of the rides were very cute. He loves them. And a lot of them you can't really see, but he is kind of obsessed with rides, so he was really into it, even though he couldn't do like a ton of them, and he got really tired. So anyway, everyone's kind of crabby, tired, exhausted, ready to go home. And we start walking towards, like, the exit of the park, and I start getting contractions, which, like, I mean, kind of normal. Like, in general, you can kind of just get contractions. I've had them my whole pregnancy. We've talked about them, but, like, in general, it's common at, like, 20-some weeks, second trimester, normal to feel those. So I didn't really think much of it, but I wasn't, like, exercising. I was sitting somewhat infrequently and taking breaks and things like that, and we went inside, and it wasn't like super hot or anything. We brought in water bottles, so we had plenty of water, and then we had a couple other beverages, like some Sprite and stuff like that. So I had plenty to drink, plenty to eat. Like, it was just weird. And then towards the very end, like, we're almost exiting the park, and people were just being like, stopping for this, stopping for that, stopping for this. So it was fine, because I was going slow anyway, because I was in pain. And I started having back contractions. And I was like, okay, my midwife was talking the last week that I saw her about preterm labor and what to look for. And so I was like, I don't remember if it was more than 6 contractions in an hour or 6 contractions in an hour when you kind of start paying attention. But, like, they were painful contractions. Like, my back really hurt. And it wasn't just like, oh, my back is in pain because, like, it's been a while and blah, 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 blah. No, they were very much contractions that had, like, a rise and a fall. It was kind of weird, honestly. Anyway, they were very distinct contractions. And so we were stopping, like, almost by the exit when I first felt one, and I was like, that's weird. That's strange. That's no good. So then I kind of counted how many contractions I had had, and I had had 3 in the park. We got to the parking lot, unloaded everything, got everything into the car, everyone into the car, sat down, and the first thing that she told me to do was drink 32 ounces of water, because a lot of times dehydration will just make your muscles, like, gotta get some blood in here to this baby, right, kind of idea. And so I was like, okay, 32 ounces of water. I don't chug water normally. Say hi. Cheese. Your hair looks goofy today. Looks like you got a bowl cut. Anyhow, I don't normally chug water. So I got through the first bottle pretty quick because I was like, I had 3 contractions. By the time I finished that first bottle, I had had 2 more. So I was almost at that 6 threshold where she was like, if this happens, contact me, but these are the things that you're going to do, kind of thing. So, rest of the ride home, I had like 2 more, but it was all like supposed to fit into an hour, and I wasn't sure that the last 2 actually fit within the 1 hour window. So I was like, I'm not gonna worry about it, and then I still had them, but they weren't nearly as intense or as strong in my back. Finished up my second bottle of water, and like it was okay, but I really had to pee by the time we got home, and I still was having like a lot of like short back contraction, kind of, like they were a lot shorter. They weren't as long or as painful, but they were still there, and I was still having them. So I was like, okay, we got home, I went to the bathroom, and then I actually laid down on the couch on my side and laid down for a little bit because I was like, I need to actually lay down, because sitting at an angle in the car compresses like your spine, and for me that just, it's not the same as laying down. It hurts a lot. So I was like, I am just going to lay down for a little bit before I contact my midwife and see what's up, make sure that they're still staying, because if there's not and it went away, it was probably just like lack of water, and then, you know, I had to pee, and so like it's pushing up on your uterus, so your uterus is squishing, and then it's contracting because your baby is squeezed into a smaller space, so then your baby is like really uncomfortable because they're not used to being that tight yet because she's still small. Anyway, so eventually they did go away, and we ate and everything was fine, but my lower back has still been in pain all day. And the other thing that I specifically remember her saying to do is go and see your chiropractor, because sometimes if you just get into, like, if you're, like, not aligned properly, like in your hips, in your back, whatever, then sometimes your uterus will contract to try and get everything back into the spot that it should be. And then that can, you know, trigger preterm labor for some people, but like if it goes unchecked for a long period of time. But I had this appointment scheduled for today anyway, because that's right on, like, track for where I am. So I was like, if I'm having contractions at any point during the night or anything like that, I'll contact my midwife. If I don't have any contractions throughout the night or anything like that, and I go to my chiropractic appointment and everything is good and fine, feels better, but I still get contractions, like, later on, I'll contact my midwife, kind of let her know, like, the rundown. Otherwise, I plan on telling her at my appointment, which is in 2 weeks, that, oh yeah, that did happen, but this is what we did, and everything seemed fine, and, like, I feel fine, and baby was moving just fine, like, there was no, like, decreased movement or anything like that, which I was concerned about. But then I woke up so many times last night. It was weird. I was awake for a long period of time, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, huh. you're really quiet, but like it's bedtime and I don't like I'm sleeping and I don't normally get like woken up by you. And then she started moving and I was like, okay, thanks. And I went back to bed. So it was like a whole like situation that was diffused just fine. I did what I was supposed to do and everything was fine and I wasn't really like worried. It was just a situation. So that was like the biggest thing that happened in the past like week for my 26 weeks. And then in the last couple of weeks, my skin has started getting a lot itchier. So I've been trying to make sure that I lotion a little more frequently. I haven't been really good at it this past week. But in general, I have been trying a little bit harder just because I've been a lot itchier. Sorry, he has a hammer, and I'm trying to make sure that we use the hammer properly. But I gotta look at the forecast for this week and see if it's gonna be warm at all this week, because if it's just gonna get cool, we'll have like another week where it's somewhat warm. But I'm gonna hose off and bring in his SLIDE because I'm just gonna start packing things up, because when it gets too cold, I'm just not gonna want to come out here to do that kind of stuff. So it should be a fun time. I otherwise have felt like decent. My back is really like the thing that's getting me this week with working and being out and doing stuff. Things have felt pretty good. Baby moves like a crazy person, like literally crazy, is trying to take over my entire body and not just my uterus, like I swear. I am enjoying it though, feeling really good otherwise. Mentally I'm doing just fine, so I'm doing okay. There's a lot of stuff keeping me busy, which kind of like takes away from that. As far as like the food health update, which I think I failed to do last week, I bought ingredients for protein, like keto protein balls. I'm going to be making those for Healthy Snack to have access to them. I also bought Greek yogurt and granola. But anyway, so been working on like trying to get really high protein meals, doing shakes. I am not doing them every day at this point, but I am doing them more frequently. I wasn't doing them at all, so even one day is more frequently. But I am trying to do them as frequently as I can. And I feel good when I drink them. They taste good, so I love them. And I told you the recipe for those smoothies, shake things in one of the last videos I did. That's the recipe that I've been using like the entire time I've ever made these, and haven't changed anything about it, except I do have vitamin D in there, which I think I failed to mention before. Just thank you so much. Hi. You're too close. Love you. Okay, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell down below, and give this video a thumbs up. Otherwise, we will see you on Friday with more content. Love, Genevieve.